welcome to another episode of The Fourtress of, a podcast about movies and TV shows and video games and lots of pop culture and nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today, and with me per usual are your three other hosts, Alex, Brian, and Devin.
What's up? We out
Hello.
here.
Yo.
Devin's got a little beard, looking all cute. It's all nice and
No,
trim.
Devin's he's about to hibernate.
Back
You
to
know.
Devin Prime. How we all met him.
Going full granola.
Usually I'm too contrarian to do like No Shave November or something, but I kind of just did it this year. I don't know.
I was about to say you got like 9 days left in November. So.
I'm gonna grow it out. You know, it's been like 3 years since I've had a beard. So
Yeah, it's
interesting.
weird. It's like we just went back in time like 5 years.
How deep are we going to go into it? Are you trying to get like, big old man beard?
To be honest with you, I'm kind of thinking about like your level, like where I'm trying to see if I can go that
Oh,
far off
really?
my face, but it's never really grows that way. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Exciting.
which is funny. I'm gonna go. I think I'm going opposite. Like this week, I'm gonna go like your length now. I'm gonna trim it short. I'm like, it's a little long. I'm gonna try something new.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just going to shave my head.
And I'm going to somehow try to grow my hair.
We're birds passing in the wind.
One day when we're sponsored by Manscaped, this will be relevant.
Use that code, 20% off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, that was our beard talk for the week. Should we get into the actual first segment of the week?
Yes.
Well,
Let's go.
you guys can.
News talk.
All right. First piece of news of the week. Brand new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer
Mhm.
came out. We're gonna talk about it for a little bit, but first, Alex and Devin, because we talked about, do we want to spoil this for ourselves as well? I went ahead and watched it.
I didn't watch the trailer. I saw the first teaser
Mhm.
trailer. I'm super
Mhm.
excited to see this movie, so I'm not going to watch the new trailer that just
Do not
came
want
out.
to know.
I'm avoiding
wanna see
social
it.
media. I'm just going to watch it day one
Yeah.
and just see what the fuck happens, see who's going to be in there. So I'm
Mhm.
excited, but I'm not going to listen to this particular news topic personally.
Yeah,
so,
just
so goodbye for
You and
5
Devin
minutes.
can dip out for like 5 seconds. Also, Devin, you're muted, you clown.
I'm gonna be back soon.
All right, we'll see. We'll let you guys know with a secret hand signal that only we know. So dip out for a second. Okay, Brian, it's just me and you. We both watched this. I actually didn't want to watch it at first, so I had to text a friend who did watch it and be like, just tell me if are Toby and Andrew in this? Because if they're in it, I don't want to watch this.
Really?
Because I would rather wait to see that in theaters.
That's
'Cause
fair.
Everything like we are at this point. It's like the worst kept secret. We know they're in it.
Right.
Like we know they're in it.
But if they had done that
There's-
one like action shot that they do with like the Avengers or something where you see them all lined up, if they had put that in the trailer, I think that would have been disrespectful to the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to see that. I
Yeah.
want to wait for that moment in theaters.
That's fair.
But
So I can scream at the screen.
exactly. Yeah, it's like that would be like if they put the Cap Thor hammer scene in the trailer. Like,
True.
that'd be the worst thing ever in Endgame. Yeah.
That's fair.
But back to the trailer. So we see that they've shown the villains now. We see Jamie Foxx's Electro for a brief second. He's got even the dumb star on his face, like his OG comic book costume has, and it's hilarious. And then at the end, they just show fucking Sandman and the Lizard from
the Lizard.
Andrew Garfield and Tobey
We've
Maguire.
got Green Goblin. We've got Doc Ock. We've
Green-
got every single
Oh.
villain from the last 3 iterations of Spider-Man, and it is
I'm hoping
intense.
we actually see Willem Dafoe's face, though. I don't want just the costume. He's got to talk. You got to see his face.
And
you
you
got to
would-
see helmet.
You would
off.
think in most things they take helmet off when they start talking. I hope.
Right. I hope so. I just think it's funny that they kept the costume as dumb as it was.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like you had literally 20 years to think about what you should do with this, and y'all literally kept the exact same costume almost.
And I guess I get it. It's this. I have the same complaint with like the Lizard from the Andrew Garfield movies. I hate that design. It looks terrible to me. But I'm guessing it's because that's how people can ID that, oh, this is from that exact universe.
Exactly.
Like if they change the Green Goblin, then it's like, is this the same Tobey Maguire Green Goblin or what? So I get it, but it's still like so goofy sometimes to look at.
Also, somebody might have still had like the suit in their closet or something. They're like, we can reuse that. We can rehash that, save about $1 million. That's all
but other than that, and like all the villains there, I have a theory, and at this point, I think everyone's kind of talked about it, but I will add to say here first, I thought of this before I actually read up on it, because I was Detective Pikachu during this trailer. And there's a moment, even in the American one, because I know people have talked about the Brazilian version of this trailer is even worse, but in the regular one, There's this shot where Tom Holland Spider-Man is flying through the air towards Sandman, Lizard, and Electro. And if you just watch back and look at it, the Lizard's trajectory and his jump towards Tom Holland is completely off. And it looks like he's going nowhere near Tom Holland Spider-Man. So I'm like, they've CG'd out those other two Spider-Men in that shot. Like, that's a 3v3 fight right there.
Because it looks like he got
they're
hit,
there.
and that's the whole thing. And people were speculating on him getting hit and who to get hit by. Oh, it's Miles Morales Spider-Man, something like that. And I'm like, no, I think it's just
the other
another Spider-Man that actually punched him, and they just didn't want to have it in there, so they CG'd him out. I think that's hilarious because it looks so stupid.
In the Brazilian edition of the trailer, you actually see the Lizard get punched in the air by nothing. It looks so dumb.
It looks so goofy, dude. Yeah, no, I remember seeing that, and I was like, this is a wild speculation. I thought it was maybe just bad CG work, which, it's probably not definitive.
It's there because Marvel's so notorious for doing that in a lot of their trailers where they'll CG stuff out. Like, they've CG out the fact that Thor had his eye cut out in Ragnarok. He actually had two eyes in the trailer. So it's like, I was like, Marvel, I know what you're doing. I see you. I see through you.
Redoing whole scenes over that. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing that people are doing now with trailers, is redoing scenes or like remaking scenes to look different, to not spoil things.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for this movie.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. One other thing that I'm hoping would happen in this movie is there's a shot where Peter is going to reach for MJ. She's falling. And I'm hoping he doesn't catch her. And that's how Andrew Garfield's character gets introduced at the end of this movie, is he's the one who catches MJ. Because spoilers, I guess, for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the second Andrew Garfield movie. I don't know if you care about that, Brian, or if you know about that. Okay, at the end, so spoilers, Gwen Stacy dies.
He doesn't catch her.
He fails to save her life.
Them girls always falling. Why are they always falling?
I know. So I think that'd be kind of a sweet moment for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, that he does save MJ in that moment for Tom Holland. I think that'd be kind of a bittersweet, kind of nice callback to that. But yeah.
Have you seen is it the 1990 Spider-Man, maybe early 2000 Spider-Man cartoon, where Peter Parker asks MJ to do you want to be my girlfriend? Like, do you want to marry me or something? And the homegirl just yeets herself off the building. And then he's like, catches her, and he's like, what did you do that for? And he's like, I just want to make sure that you would always catch me when I fell. Bitch!
That's terrible. That's awful.
That's toxic. What's wrong with you? It just makes me think of that.
No.
Homegirl.
That's really funny.
Homegirl loves throwing herself off a building, so hopefully she doesn't die this one.
I know. They say it's going to be dark, but I don't know who could die. I'm thinking if they do, it's going to be Toby.
Ooh, why Toby? Make it Andrew Garfield.
Because he's probably the most nostalgic one, and he would be the biggest impactful death in this movie if he dies.
No, Andrew Garfield. Because
it looks like Happy's going to die, but it's like...
It throws off his trajectory, his big old head.
Yeah.
So he messes up spinning and shooting web, and he dies.
Right.
Heard it here first.
Also, we see no Venom. We know Venom's going to be in this. Maybe. It seems he will be. But there's only 5 villains, and there's usually a sinister 6, so... Who knows? Maybe James Franco will come back. He's not coming back. Yeah, I'm so excited. I want this movie. It comes out less than a month now. I'm gonna see it day one.
Yeah, this feels like it's gotta be a day oneer for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Out of so far everything Marvel, this was like I saw everything day one before, but this is the one where it's like you gotta see it. All right, you good on that one?
Good on.
And spoilers, even though they're not really spoilers because we've never actually seen the movie and we're just speculating, but people get it and shit about it. So, all right, guys, you may enter the room now. As Devin quickly and quietly puts his headphones back on.
Were you flipping us off, Brian?
Mm-hmm. That was the secret handshake, secret hand.
That was the secret signal.
Oh, okay.
The secret signal.
I didn't know.
All right, next piece of news. Warner Brothers showed off their new Smash Brothers clone called MultiVersus, which is both the best and worst name I've ever heard.
Oh man!
Look, actually, pretty excited about this. This looks pretty fun.
It looks like it could be fun.
What excites you
Master
about
Chief is going to be in Super Smash. Master Chief.
I could be Superman again.
I love Smash Brothers. I love the idea of playing all kinds of different characters. Some of my favorite characters and different play styles, and just in a hilarious kind of way.
How much of this would you think was influenced by the recent Space Jam movie?
Yeah.
Oh god.
That was basically just this.
I mean, everybody's just trying.
I didn't get that, but I actually haven't seen Space Jam, but I guess
okay.
they kind of with the whole what was it, Ready Player One, they kind of are taking the whole like metaverse thing really seriously right now.
It's unfortunate that we just had the Nicktoons one come out. And I don't know that they did this on purpose. I think it was another one of those like Sonic the Hedgehog, Detective Pikachu things where two people had an idea at a similar time and they had them just line up right next to each other. So it looks like someone copied off of somebody. But Nicktoons was
This
actually
looks better than the Nickelodeon thing.
the Nickelodeon one was pretty well received. It was considered a pretty good game, but unfortunately, it's still Nicktoons. So no one was super interested in it, and it's still probably considered largely a commercial flop. I don't know how it went over well with kids.
Yeah.
So I think this will be even worse because it's even more in the deep lore, you know what I mean? Compared to, like, people know Nick cartoons.
Like kids aren't gonna know who Arya is. Like
Right.
like kids aren't gonna know who the hell that is really.
Like, that's where it starts getting a little like, maybe this is too niche for the audience they're probably going for. So I'm a little worried that this is probably going to do even worse. Unless they make it like, I don't know, $30 bucks, which I'm sure it'll be at least 40.
I feel like I'm like the ideal target audience because I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. I love Batman. I love Game of Thrones. Like that sounds perfect. That's amazing.
It's true. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, I wonder, because I don't think they showed off every fighter, but I'm assuming they're gonna add more. Like,
I'm sure
you can put Harry Potter in there and shit like that. Like, Warner Brothers owns it. Like, Neo could technically be in there.
Okay, yeah.
Warner Brothers, like,
best game ever.
There's a bunch of shit they could do, and I think if they just do it well, it might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it might be coming out at an awkward time. We'll see. I'll be cautiously optimistic. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just look at those screenshots. I'm not optimistic anymore.
It's interesting that all these Smash-like games where you have like lots of characters from different universes coming together, it's still like there's a lot of potential to do other things, but inherently all of them, with the PlayStation, the Nickelodeon one, and this one, they all are still so heavily tied to like the gravity-based fall off the map style death of Smash Brothers, which I think is interesting that they don't try to find a different spin on it.
Is it interesting? I think it's just showing how obvious of a cash grab it is.
Sure.
I mean, I couldn't think of another version to do it other than making it like a straight up fighting game.
I would say there's so many other fighting games.
Or like a Street Fighter type of game, but I don't know.
I for one would love for them to like add a floor where you can't fall to your death. I would love that. As someone who just falls off and just dies a lot, that would be great. To just not have that in the game at all.
This is the man that can fall off the map with Kirby.
Get the man some bumpers.
The only time you see Kirby walk off the map.
I was going to say, Devin's worst enemy is himself. He'll be fighting himself, and he would beating his own ass so bad.
Oh, that's
it's really
so
demoralizing when, like, there's like 5 lives and everybody has like, maybe 4 left, and I'm like down to my last one just because I walked off so many times. Like, no, like I just don't hit me. I want to just make it to the end.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more from this game. I hope it's good. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope it's fun. I want to see more how big their roster is going to be.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still too small that they've shown. There's only like 8 characters they've shown, but I'm assuming they're hiding more.
Right. So. I mean, we have to keep in mind that Smash Brothers has like 100. So
right.
You got to compete with that. So if you have anything less than 30, I feel like you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Cautiously optimistic, for sure.
Yeah. All right, next. The Rock wants to be James Bond, but who gives a shit? This would be a terrible idea. What the fuck is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about?
I mean, he did really well in Ballers. People liked him in that show. So maybe he thinks that he has that smooth, debonair style that makes him James Bond.
No. But my biggest problem is the biggest thing with James Bond is that he's supposed to be able to blend in with the crowd.
Exactly,
he's a spy.
Exactly.
He's the biggest man on the planet.
Yeah.
You see him, you're like, murderer.
I just watched the new Netflix movie with him and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, Red Notice, and there's a scene where like he goes to like a costume party with a mask on and a suit, and he sticks out like a fucking sore thumb. Like they even make fun of it a little bit. Like he comes up to Gal Gadot and she's like, "Who could it be under that mask?" And he takes it off. She's like, "Oh, Inspector Hodges or whatever." It's like, yeah, because The Rock cannot disguise. He cannot blend in anywhere.
No.
Like The Rock has never blended into a single room he's ever walked into. Okay, he sticks out like a sore thumb because of how big and crazy in shape and everything, and how much The Rock he is. But no, I mean, he cannot be a spy. I'm sorry.
No. That, and I don't want to hear The Rock attempt a British accent. I don't want to hear that.
No, they would triple X that. They will make it just this time. He's
and
just
it would be terrible.
Man.
Then he's what?
Yeah.
I also can't really see him looking cool holding like a tiny little pistol. You know,
right.
James Bond's always got a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he would Americanize James Bond too much. He'd be holding like a bazooka instead of a pistol or something.
That's not 007 anymore.
He goes up to the bar and he's like, I'll have a, not a martini, but Terramana tequila. Like
he'd get his own tequila at the bar.
Yeah. Like he takes the martini glass and just shatters it on the ground. It's like, no, Terramana. And just looks at the camera.
I'm getting more and more into this movie, actually. I think I want to see this movie now.
You guys talk about it.
If it's a parody,
oh my God.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It sounds so ridiculous that I think it could actually happen. Because this sounds like people would eat this shit up. People love The Rock. They love to see him in anything. So if they give him this little baby pistol, the little P77 or whatever it's called, people will eat that shit up. And he'd be like, I can't use this. And he like throws it and then gets a bigger gun. Like that would be so aggressively The Rock. And people would eat it up, dude. Like China would.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be James Bond anymore. He wouldn't be a character. He'd just be The Rock.
He literally would just be the character that he was in Fast 5 and Fast 6.
Everything.
When he flexes off a cast. Like he breaks his arm, goes to the hospital, and flexes off the cast like that. I love that. Can we get that in James Bond? Just basically crossover James Bond and
Fast and Furious.
And then like his arch rival is Vin Diesel in the first movie because he hates Vin Diesel in real life. So,
I'm down.
There we go.
Oh, that's funny.
I just want to hear him say the name's Rock, the Rock.
The name's Bond.
I mean, Jumanji was nothing like the Jumanji that we grew up with. So I don't see how they would do something similar.
That'd be cool.
I just like how he had to say, because he was talking about how his grandfather was a Bond villain in the past in a Sean Connery one. And he's like, but I don't want to be a villain. Yeah, no shit. You never want to be a bad guy in anything more, you fucking pleb.
He would be a great bad guy in Bond.
He's better when he's a villain. He's so much better when he can like do that like kind of WWE smack talk kind of role.
He is.
And he doesn't do it at all anymore.
Yeah. But no. He would just stick out too much.
Yeah.
Just make it Idris Elba, for Christ's sake. Let's just do that.
That was
please.
such an easy like softball, and people fighting about that so hard, and it makes me so mad.
Right.
Like he's obvious choice.
Watch the Red Notice movie and just like see how much he sticks out when he walks into the room. It is almost comical, like how out of place he is in a suit.
Like he'd do the action amazing, no doubt, but it'd be like, you're not a spy. What are you?
Too damn big.
I mean, even Daniel Craig is a little too big at times. It's like he's got these tiny little suits. It's like you stick out like a sore thumb still, and you're so fitted suits. We'll see who the next Bond is. They say they won't even probably discuss it till next year. They're gonna let Daniel Craig have his send off for a couple of months, and we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Next, Harry Potter. Speaking of which, we were talking about the whole cursed child and the nostalgia thing last week or a couple weeks ago about how that would be a cash grab. They're doing something else. They're doing a 20th anniversary HBOMax special like reunion on January 1st on New Year's Day. And the 3 OG actors are coming back for it. And they're going to have like a little reunion special. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize this was 20 years since Harry Potter.
That's so wild.
Right? We're old as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're maybe our age, a little bit older than us. So that's
I think so.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. I'm excited for this. I love Harry Potter a lot.
Me too.
I grew up, of course, with it. Most of us did, but you were kind of either you read and watched Harry Potter, or you didn't. There were two sides of that coin. I was very much into it. I read the first book in like 3rd grade or something ridiculous like that. So it's just nice to have that nostalgia, and especially around the holiday season too. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, because Harry Potter is always kind of associated with Christmas.
It's weird that that's a Christmas movie, but yeah.
There are a couple movies where they do go through Christmas time in that movie, and Harry Potter doesn't get shit. Because fuck him, stupid orphan. No, that's not nice. But he actually gets a lot of stuff because everyone else loves him so much.
I'm about to say, he gets like the best room in the world. He gets an invisibility cloak. He gets some dope shit.
Ass kid, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you just have a whole bank full of all the money you'll ever need because your parents were rich somehow.
I'm about to say, but you know what he doesn't
Typical
parents.
Fucking
trust
parents.
fund kid.
So
I have a lot of questions about this special. Like, what the hell is it gonna be? Is it scripted? Is it gonna be in the Hogwarts world? Are they just gonna be like on TV watching the ball drop together?
No, I would imagine it's kind of like, you know how they did a Fresh Prince and a Friends reunion on HBO Max as well? It's going to be like that. Like a sit down
where
and
they're
type of
talking
shit.
about their best moments and stuff.
Yeah, shit like that.
some super ABC Family kind of stuff.
and it's just kind of be like a reflection on the past 20 years.
That's cool. I'm a little less
stuff like
excited
that.
about that. I would love to see more content story-wise.
Right.
But that's
right.
cool.
Oh, well, J.K. Rowling is too busy
happy for
being a
them.
turf to actually write new content. So.
And which they've already said she is not invited.
Of
She
course
is not
she's
going to
not
be in a special.
Oh, sorry. The invitation got lost in the mail. Oops.
Yeah.
But so they've said like a shit ton of people are coming. So like Helena Bonham Carter, Ray Fiennes, who was Voldemort and Bellatrix, a bunch of other people, Gary Oldman, fucking homeboy, who's angry kid, that everyone hates.
Oh,
Harry's rival. What's his
Draco
name?
Malfoy.
Draco Malfoy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's funny because he's so pleasant in real life.
Right. Yeah, so I'm excited. I will definitely watch this come 2021 and whenever
2022
after New Year's. 2022, Jesus, whatever the year it is, who gives
Time
a
doesn't
shit?
matter. Life is fleeting.
What is time?
Existence is pain.
All right. Next. So Activision Blizzard sucks. They're a trash company and they suck.
We
And
know
they've been
this.
going through a lot of bullshit. Even more now. Some more horrible shit has happened. Brian, I feel like you probably have the biggest voice and you're the closest to the story, being the biggest the WoW player of the four of us.
Yes.
I feel like you have the most info behind all this. So why don't you take it away? Because I'm tired of this crap.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's actually just gotten worse. Actually, just reading an article about it and making fun of it with some friends earlier, like apparently, like it came maybe a couple hours ago. So basically, the whole thing with Activision Blizzard, they've been going through it over the past like 5 years between a lot of firings, a lot of CEOs getting bonuses they don't deserve, issues with China and Hong Kong, and being on the wrong side of that whole battle. And most recently, they've had a stream of sexual assault and sexual harassment allegations that have been brought upon them. As far as, and actually, this lawsuit has been made by the state of California that they've been dealing with currently. So that came out maybe about a couple of months ago, and that was a whole thing, a whole debacle. They've been committing to doing better and listening and have like no tolerance. A bunch of people got let go in the company. Basically people being used as kind of like fodder against the storm. Like, hey man, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder. You gotta leave so it looks good on us. So that was happening. So things settled down for a little bit. They had a walkout and stuff like that happen. And months passed. They started doing more to like help their employees, stuff like that. People were getting pay raises. They actually got a whole week off for this Thanksgiving holiday that's coming up here. So that's super cool. And then as soon as they announced that week holiday that they were going to get for Thanksgiving, it came out from the Wall Street Journal that there was actually more stuff that happened behind the scenes that people didn't know that was happening. And this actually was directly based around the CEO of Activision, Bobby Kotick. Bobby Kotick is a piece of shit. For lack of a better word, that man sucks. There was a Wall Street Journal did a kind of investigation piece about him that talks about how they've learned that he knew about a lot of the sexual misconduct that was happening in the company for years, was silently letting people go, was sometimes not letting people go that should have been let go, and then lying to the shareholders about whether or not he did that kind of stuff. To kind of, keep Activision Blizzard looking better than it actually was looking. He actually was, he allegedly, and I think it was confirmed, that he did tell one of his colleagues that he could have her killed in a voicemail. He sent
a death threat.
Yeah, he sent a death threat to a woman.
Yeah.
I think that was in like the early 2010s or something like that that happened. That was a whole thing. So after that came out, of course, employees were mad again. They walked out again, and they demand for Bobby Kotick to be fired, to resign as CEO. And he's been kind of hard pressed on whether or not he's going to do it. Other companies are telling him to do it. Other shareholders are telling him to do it. But some of the shareholders and the board actually of Activision Blizzard has actually stood behind him and said that they don't want him to resign. So they've chosen their side in this battle, and they have very much...
And you know why, though, probably? Other than they might be pieces of shit? Because they have to pay him.
They have to pay him, yeah.
They have to pay him to quit.
Right.
Wow.
No matter what he quits, if they have calls or not, they have to pay him. It's the most garbage thing I've ever fucking heard.
It all comes down to money at the end of the day, and that's all that it's worth, and that's what kind of sucks is money over people. And that's been, the issue of most jobs that we see people work, especially big core jobs. And actually, whatchamacallit, a news article just came out today saying that Bobby Kotick will consider quitting if he can't solve the sexual assault allegation stuff quickly within the company.
Can't solve it. You're the problem.
It's like the Scooby Doo meme where you take off the hat, the mask, and it's Old Man Jenkins the whole time. It's like Bobby Kotick's taking off the mask, and it's just him.
And it's just him. Yeah.
It's the problem is you. So wait till I get to the bottom of this. Who did this?
The two Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Who did this?
Yeah.
It's that. So it's just like, it's such a laughable thing that this man would even say something like that.
But also very sad.
Yeah.
So basically, he's just trying to union bust right now by trying to buy time to say that he's going to fix this eventually, because he said that, last year. And here we are, 2021, and we're still not fixing the problem. So basically,
it sucks.
If you can unionize. I will say that just as a person, as a company, to protect your own rights. It seems like it's becoming very big in the gaming space that it might need to come to a point where people need to unionize, or they'll get exploited like this, and they can't do anything about it. And that really sucks. So we'll see what happens.
It's just
on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know how they're a company yet still, because they just keep catching L's. Like, I feel like every day.
It's been like for years. They just
doing?
It's almost like they have a machine gun to their foot. The way they keep shooting themselves in it. Like, how do you guys exist as it's almost like a social experiment. Like, how much can we fuck up?
It really,
and people still pay us millions of dollars.
Like Phil Spencer of Microsoft and Jim Ryan of Sony have they've said
him.
They're like, what the hell are you doing?
Phil Spencer got a lot of brownie points with me with the shit that he was saying about the whole situation. And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
No one might want to work with them again, rightfully so, because what the fuck, dude?
It's bad, and it seems like it gets worse every single day.
Real quick, in the same thing, because Brian, you might know, what is the whole thing again about how they're two, what is it? They're CEOs or two board members. One of them's a woman, and she wasn't getting paid the same amount as her
that was
male
something
counterpart.
that I did not actually talk about as well. So Jen O'Neill, who had worked at Activision Blizzard for a long time, and then actually got appointed with Mike Ybarra as co-leads, which is another hilarious fact as well. Every single time it seems like they get new leadership, the position gets lower. So it went from, of course, CEO to president, and then this ended up with them being co-leaders, because a woman couldn't lead by herself, of course. So Jen O'Neill and Mike Ybarra started in August 2021 to be the co-leaders of Activision Blizzard in the wake of this, this debacle coming out. So it's like, yes, we have female leadership. She's a woman of color, a queer woman of color. So these are all three very important facts that was happening there. And then randomly in October, she instantly quit. And everyone's like, you just started the position. Why did you quit? She said that she was going to move over to a nonprofit and work there, make some positive change in life. So everyone applauded her, like, that's great. We love to see Jen O'Neill doing things that have to do in that space. Perfectly makes sense. It turns out that while that was true, she was leaving out very important facts of what actually happened there. She was resigning not because she found a better job. She was resigning because she was also getting discriminated against in the company. One main thing that happened was when she was looking to resign after a couple of months, is she sent an email to everybody in-house talking about how she was also discriminated against. She was also sexually harassed. All these things also happened to her during her career in Blizzard. And then the big ticket item that happened there was, even though she was a co-leader of the company, two people hold the same position, she was getting paid significantly less than her male counterpart for the same position.
What are you doing?
In the wake of one of the things they're being sued for currently is not only sexual harassment, but also disparity in pay between them and marginalized groups. Turns out she's a marginalized group, and she's getting paid less when she got that job to fight.
Man, they just need to
burn it all.
To burn that whole building down to the ground.
It's like, if you made a movie about this and you did that in the movie, people criticize the script and they'd be like, this is too on the nose, man. Like, this would never happen in real life. Like, how do you make this shit up? Oh my God, it's insane. Like, how?
I think the funniest thing was when we were talking about it, like we were texting back and forth. I think you had posted an article, and I was just like, they're gonna all quit. Well, Brian, you said they're gonna eat him. Jesus Christ, they're just gonna go and eat him.
Yeah, so he's talking about, the future of this company, when I'm with the company, is gonna do a lot more to this. What future, man? These people are gonna devour you.
Yeah,
they're outside of your house right now with forks and knives. They're going to eat you.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's
pretty bad.
Dysfunctional.
This timeline doesn't exist. I don't believe
that. Makes EA look like a saint.
Right. EA's probably not going to be worst company of the year this year. They might actually got beaten out by
EA's
somebody.
like, yes!
They must be chilling.
Them and Comcast over here screaming and hollering and crying like they're so excited.
Right.
Just burn it. Just burn it all.
No, I'm very passionate about it. Just as someone that has a lot of stake in it. I have a lot of friends that work for Blizzard now that I've competed with and been friends with for a long time. So to see these people are living their dreams. Like they've wanted to work for this company since they started playing the video game. And to see this happen to them is just so disappointing in so many ways. So
hopefully some actual shit happens in the coming weeks. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll keep getting updated about it, I feel.
My boy gotta go. That's gotta be first and foremost.
Yeah. All right, that's the news. That's it. We did it. We survived news.
Ooh.
Shall we move on to our main topic of the week?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Lego.
But first, guys, we've done it again. We are trapped in another Fourtress this week. This week, it's Fourtress filled with a lot of nostalgia, a lot of really good nostalgia, and a lot of really shit nostalgia. It looks like we're in the Fortress of
Re-released
games.
video games.
The games re-released. Why do they keep putting Grand Theft Auto and Skyrim on every single thing that has ever existed?
We want more. Apparently.
Yes, listeners. So in honor, or should I say in dishonor, of the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition coming out.
As well as Skyrim 10-year anniversary.
The 100th anniversary of Skyrim.
Everybody's doing it.
I'm almost surprised that it's only 10 years. It feels like that game's been out forever.
That's
I
true.
feel like I came out of the womb playing Skyrim.
Doesn't it? Right.
It's just always been a thing.
But yes, so we're gonna talk about re-release games as like a whole. It's gonna be something a little different. We haven't really done a topic like this before. In a sense that we're kind of talk about the industry in this one a bit and how we kind of feel about re-release games as a whole. And well, we'll check out some examples, some really good ones, and also some really bad ones. Case in point, let's just start with the big one. Let's get GTA out of the way because that game apparently is doing real shit right now, and I feel so vindicated that I didn't think it was going to be good.
I mean, it was a perfect storm of just we knew nothing good was going to come from it because they gave us a release date and it was really soon from when we first started hearing rumblings about it. We didn't see any footage.
I feel like it was like a week away.
We didn't see any footage about it until literally, like you said, a week before it was about to release. And they're like, yeah, by the way, it's coming out in November. And it was like, we don't even know what the fuck you're doing with the game or if it's even the same game. What's going on? And apparently it is a buggy piece of shit. And I love that for them because they try to charge full price for that game. And I think that's despicable.
They really did. They really did.
I don't feel bad that it sucks. I'm kind of glad to hear it, unfortunately. I wish they were great. I wish they were great.
I mean,
I would love to play those games again.
I kind of expected them to not be like a true remaster. It's more of like just a HD glossed up version, but with bugs.
Yeah.
But worse than the original games.
Right.
Literally. And that's what's funny because they're worse than the original games and you can't buy the original games anymore.
Nope.
They thought that was a good idea as well. They did exactly what Blizzard did with Warcraft 3 and made that the definitive edition literally in the fact that you can't even play the old edition anymore.
Man,
that really sucks.
So fuck them.
Sucks. I didn't even like the art style they kind of went with it. They went with like this weird in between of like cartoon. They almost went cartoony with the faces. It just like looked so smooth and weird, and I don't know why.
And I get why they did it. One, it was probably the easy route because it already looked kind of goofy because the way that the modeling on PS2 wasn't amazing, so nothing really looked very humanoid. And they've always had I don't want to say a cartoony art style because GTA 5 looks very realistic, but there is a sort of like goofiness to the way the characters exist, and like if you walk by random pedestrians and stuff, they kind of look a little cartoonish. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but so I get it. But it was very much like, I think if anything, either they used like AI in order to make it HD, and maybe that's what it came out with, or they were just like, this is the easiest way to afford.
They plugged in a robot.
Yeah, to 4K.
Said, do it.
Because that's what it kind of feels like. Like a lot of games do that, or people have done that with games. Like they did it for Metal Gear Solid 1, where they made an AI make all the textures 4K. And some of that shit looks really fucking goofy because the characters weren't made to look at that.
I feel like that happens a lot with some of these like remasters because there's a difference between a remake and a remaster at this point. A remaster is something that I don't look forward to that much anymore. Just because I just feel like it's like I don't feel like spending full price for a game that looks basically the same as it did when it came out 4 years ago or whatever.
And even if it doesn't,
you know?
the fact that it's a game that I already probably own and have played, and it's like I'm just
Right.
If I want to play the old game, I'll just go back and play the old game.
And I'm sad to say, because I bought this game, that I feel like The Last of Us was one of the big ones that kind of started this remastering of things. The Last of Us Remastered, which was the PS4 version, came out a year after The Last of Us came out.
Because it was one of the last games to come out on PS3, yeah.
Right.
It feels like a PS4 game.
Yeah.
Just came out early.
But at the same time, I didn't finish playing the remastered one. I just finished playing 3, and it doesn't look that much different from when I last played it on the PS3. So it's like, it's
funny because they're kind of doing that now inadvertently with the PS4, PS5 upgrades, is doing what they did with that remaster. All the games coming out for PS5 are basically just PS4 remasters if you really want to get deep into it.
Which is why some of them are just giving you them for free. Like they're giving you a free PS5 upgrade.
Yeah,
I
support that for sure.
The eye can only see so much difference between 1080p and 4K. like honestly, I'm just like,
unless you got like a 4K
if you put
TV.
those side by side, half the time it's like those are the same thing.
Oh, you're absolutely right. We've hit a weird curve where the exponentiality of like technology, we're hitting like a kind of weird peak where, N64 to PlayStation 2 graphics changed like, drastically. Right. And then it happened again with PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. You're kind of like, yeah, okay, I see it. And now we're getting to the point where it's like ray tracing is the new buzzword of what makes things look cool, lighting that's made in real time. But games already look pretty fucking beautiful. And it's hard to make them look that much better at this point. And I think the same thing goes, like you said, like the 1080p to 4K, like hardly matters to me personally.
Right.
I don't notice it too much
and now,
on
like,
TV.
8K is going to be a thing at one point. Like PS5s can run things at 8K. I'm like,
wow,
nothing has. You put the capabilities in it, but nothing does that right now. So it's just like,
okay,
what the hell?
Yeah, so that kind of thing with remasters in that vein, I can understand not loving it so much because it is just kind of more the same. And as you can see with Grand Theft Auto, it's oftentimes just a money grab. They're just trying to beat on your nostalgia with a quick money grab because they know GTA 6 isn't coming out for at least
5 years,
18 more years. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen children be born and can drive now since Grand Theft Auto was first released. And we're still getting remakes of that for whatever.
I'm surprised it's not Grand Theft Auto's 10-year anniversary as well. Like,
Grand Theft Auto 5? Right, it's close.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Did that game come out, like 2014?
Something like that. It's almost there, I feel.
Oh my gosh.
Going back to like the whole like the AI just remaster stuff, like I feel like that happens a lot because I remember I got the God of War 3 remastered for free. It was like a PS Plus game. And it looks good, but I didn't notice that much of a difference, except it's slightly worse at times because the lighting, because I guess they made it so much better and sharper that it like creates the most harshest shadows on some characters sometimes that it's like, this is not what this is supposed to look like. I can't even see this character's face sometimes. No. Shit like that, where it's just like overlooked and just not really like the care that like a remake gets, which is why it's like, I feel like a lot of remasters can be disappointing sometimes.
Yeah, no, that makes 100% sense.
Yeah, have you guys played a solid, like, we can get into remakes, which I think are more substantial, but have you guys played any remasters that you liked? I remember I played one of the Metal Gear Solid remakes, or sorry, no, remasters, yeah, on PlayStation 2.
on what those words mean.
Yeah, it was more or less the same Metal Gear Solid 3 experience, Snake Eater, but it had like altered controls, the graphics and everything were I think more or less the same. It just kind of felt a little bit better. But I guess I would call that a remaster. I don't know. It was a little bit more polished, but it wasn't a full remake, I guess. But that was like a great, like a small addition to an already good game.
I'd say that was probably a remaster, I would imagine. Just because it's not like, I don't think they fixed the game from like top to bottom.
Right.
They just kind of squeaked out some new things for it, maybe. I
think anything that's like a remastered would be kind of like a graphical update, and then maybe you'll do some quality of life adjustments. Yeah. That's usually where that begins and ends. They're not going to do any crazy gameplay updates, not going to add any like new content, new battle systems.
You're not
stuff
upping
like
the graphics. You're not changing character models
Yeah.
really or anything like that. You might smooth some things out, but yeah.
Exactly. Like texture resolution might be better, things like that. Maybe add more polygons, but it's not going to be anything substantial like that. So that's what I think about that. For remasters for me, I would say the Grand Theft Auto 5, like very first one when it went from Xbox 360, PS3 to PC, PlayStation 4, all that kind of stuff. Because I thought that actually
I thought about playing it again on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, playing on like PC and stuff, I think that made that game much better for me because it just, I don't know, it felt better, it ran better. You had a bigger like field of view because you could render further if you have a good PC.
I guess I never considered that as a remaster, mostly because I guess they just never branded it. It was just GTA 5.
Yeah, it's GTA 5
coming
again.
out for the next generation because it came out right. It was also one that came out right before the console change-ish.
Yeah, but technically, I guess it is. Yeah,
yeah, kind of just like the Last of Us remaster, just different branding.
Yeah, for me, I guess GTA. I waited until the PS4 to even play that game, so that one, I guess.
That one, I guess.
I mean, I played a couple. Like I played the call when they remastered Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I played both of those.
That was good.
Well, I mean, those are just good games in general. So that was cool because that one I would say like they upped the graphics and it looks a lot better than it did back then. But as far as like how it plays exactly like every other Call of Duty. So that one's hard to judge.
Yeah, exactly. Fucked with the formula that much in those games.
Right.
To be fair.
I'm mostly at this point interested in the remakes. I played the Spyro collection. Those are probably like the first like remakes because those are remakes. Like they top to bottom redid those games, redid all of the character models and everything. Yada yada. And to the point where you can switch back and forth between old school and new school graphics and stuff, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's the kind of remake that I like and want because I've been waiting for them to do Jak and Daxter for years, and they are never gonna do it.
That's really interesting that you call that a remake, just based on, and I think that might have that kind of been an issue because of Resident Evil and Final Fantasy, what they've done. Because I consider that a remaster, even though they did have to build it from the ground up. Like it controls exactly the same. Like your jump in Spyro jumps exactly it's the same height that it did when you played the original one. It's still the same collectathon game stuff like that. When I'm thinking like a remake, I'm almost thinking like a reimagining of the game.
Interesting.
And I think maybe Final Fantasy did that. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake is not Final Fantasy VII in any way, shape, or form. It's the same story, quote unquote, but it's not the same game. Same with like Resident Evil 2. When that came out, like they changed the way the camera works. They changed the way everything looks. Like the game plays fundamentally differently than it did, in 95 or whenever the game came out. So that's what I personally think when I think of a remake. So I think that's interesting that I don't think anyone's right or wrong because what the fuck?
I guess it's what you consider. No, I definitely never thought about it, but yeah, I guess to me it's more than just kind of upscaling things. Yeah. Upscaling stuff seems more of like a remaster than actually remaking character models like they did in that Spyro game. Like everything is remade in that game, which is why I would consider, even though I think they do actually call it a remaster, but either way, whatever.
I think it's like a grayscale. There's like it can't be like white or black. It's like there's different shades and levels to everything. But I guess we can agree that Final Fantasy VII Remake is at the top of the spectrum as far as remakes.
That is its own beast in its own way. I don't even know what to call that.
I mean, I think it's what rivals it because I think Resident Evil 2 probably. I haven't played it yet, but from all I know, it's like amazing. Wow. And that is, I think, a pretty good remake. I'm wondering if Knights of the Old Republic, when that comes out,
I wonder where that's going to fall on the spectrum.
It has to be a remake because if they bring back,
they're calling it a remake.
If they bring back the same combat rules and stuff like that, it's not going to really go well for anyone that's not nostalgic for that game because it's just old. It's just an old game, and it's just too clunky to. Even if you slap new graphics on it, it'll still just be an ugly ass.
But they're also releasing it on the Switch, but that's not a remake. Is it even a remaster or is it just a port at this point?
I think that's one's just a.
Yeah, I think you consider that one a port. Yeah.
So that's like the bottom of the spectrum. I mean, sometimes
it's port is definitely bottom of the spectrum.
But sometimes sometimes it's better. Like just if you could just port over GTA like they did in the past and let you play that that sounds great. but sometimes they make these remaster and it's worse. So hopefully this one is better than a port for for Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, they gotta. I'm sure I don't even know if they have the assets to even port over the game like that anymore. I'm pretty sure Asper or whoever remade Knights of the Republic like had to rebuild some of that stuff because they just didn't have the.
Wow, it's all in a bin somewhere.
That was a kind of funny thing too. Speaking of like, I don't know what this would be either. It's kind of like just a re-release, but we were talking about off air World of Warcraft. And they actually just re-released the vanilla version of the game with all the expansions a second time. They already did that once, like last year.
Yeah, why?
2 years
why
ago.
Did they do it again?
Because this time they're actually changing a few things in the game with some quality of life adjustments to make it a little bit easier to level up, a little bit faster to find groups, stuff like that, kind of get around the world easier. Things that was a big heated topic for like the classic version of WoW when it first came out, because people were like, we want to keep it the same, exactly how it was in 2004. And other people were like,
right,
we've been playing this game for 17 years now. There's some quality of life adjustments you've gotten used to. Maybe we should add them in there to, make this a little bit easier on people, because we're not the same person you were in 200004. Most people that played that game in 2004 are adults now with children and lives and can't
and don't have time to grind for hours.
Don't have time because it takes about 6 days play time to get to level 60 in the original World of Warcraft to get the max level. And I'm talking about 24-hour days it takes, and that's if you're good at leveling. If you suck at leveling, it's going to take you more than that. So yeah, it was like stuff like that. So that released today, and even the original, they call it Classic WoW, Classic World of Warcraft. It's the same game. Like, they didn't update graphics. They didn't change anything at the time. It was just, they re-released the same game. The thing that made me think...
sucks.
Very much a cash grab. But, I mean, I was always nostalgic for it, so I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Right.
But, like, the thing that was funny with that is, even though it wasn't a remaster or anything, they had to rebuild the original version of World of Warcraft from the ground up.
Wow.
Because they lost all the assets. Something happened to their servers when they were making the new version of the game, and they lost all that stuff. So they had to make like every single glitch and all the other stuff to like make the game
So they had
quirky.
to make the same old crappy looking things again?
Yes, for the most part.
Why not just make them nicer looking? What?
Because people didn't want that. They wanted old World of Warcraft. That was the biggest thing about it. They wanted it in the sanctity that it was when it was first came out. And they got a lot of help from like private server people and people that were actually making quote unquote illegal versions of the game for people to play without paying. And they used to, crack down hard on them and send cease and desist, all that great stuff that companies do.
Now they're like,
when
please.
They hired some of those people to like help them make Classic WoW, and now they like work on the dev team. And I think that's hilarious.
Oh, no shit.
Wow.
Suddenly you need the people that you were so adamant against.
That's crazy.
So that's
fun.
Fun.
See, I would hate that. I would be like, if you're gonna give me the same game, I don't want it the same game again.
A lot of people are like that, yeah. But you'll be surprised.
No, it's true though. But like, yeah, like I'm just totally at a different mindset. Like I've wanted these Metal Gears to be like remade for so long. I don't want to play the old janky-ish ones. I want to play a Final Fantasy VII version. And by that, I mean just a graphically improved top to bottom version. It can play exactly like they did then. I just want a graphically better looking. I want Snake to have a face in that first game.
That's fair. But then it'd be weird to give him to like make the like graphic fidelity like so strong and then still have it. But then the controls are
like, I feel like that would be like a top scale remaster for me if it's the same game. And that sounds great. I would love to play a remastered version of Metal Gear Solid with just better graphics. But when you change the gameplay, you change like the fundamentals of Metal Gear, I feel like that's just like, that's a no.
That's hard though, because like number 1 and number 2 play very different from like, I guess even 3 play very different from like 4 and 5.
I guess they all play. Yeah, definitely. 5 is.
It's got tank controls, and that might not go over too well in 2021.
I guess that is the question. Like, would they just use Metal Gear 5's engine type of thing, or would they put the tank controls back in?
I feel like Metal Gear 5,
like that.
Even 5 just feels like a completely different game than any of them.
Oh, it's a different beast.
Even playing 3, the re-release version of 3, Snake Eater, with the non-tank controls. I think it's like Substance or something like that is the name of the game. Mm-hmm. It totally feels still like Metal Gear to me, but 5 and Phantom Pain just I feel like that's more of a hot take. That's a remake. Metal Gear 5 is a remake, not a sequel. Not a sequel. It's just a remake.
It's like what if we just did something
changed
different?
everything?
Right.
Which was cool, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
No, I'm just excited to get anything from Metal Gear Solid, especially if I get to play the first one again. Even if they make it the same damn game, which is better graphics, I'm gonna pick that shit up day one.
I would get that. I honestly would get that.
They can do what they did with Grand Theft Auto, and I'll still go ahead and grab that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to drop on Switch. I'm gonna get it for that for sure.
Yeah. It's such the story is so good in that game.
I want to play it so badly. But back to more remasters that haven't gone too well. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I feel like that one kind of didn't go over too when it came out, because I think for the same reason that when you kind of what you were talking about, when you make something graphically more improved, but you don't add anything to the world, it just is a pretty looking empty, bland world.
Right. And that, like you said, that is a super big issue with those games specifically. Because they added ray tracing and all this beautiful lights. I don't know if they added ray tracing, but they had all this beautiful lighting and extra crazy textures and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess everyone here, if you guys all played Mass Effect 1.
Oh yeah.
That world's empty as fuck, dude.
Right.
Because Xbox 360 is one of the first games to come out for Xbox 360. So they were still thinking they had, original Xbox capabilities. So they'd have a whole house and 3 people will be in the house. And it's just standing there looking stupid, waiting for you to talk to him.
Or sometimes whole planets.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yes, Mass Effect 1's side quests were some of the worst side quests I've ever done before in my life. Don't ever 100% that game. That is not fun.
The first Mass Effect?
The first
I'm
Mass
pretty
Effect.
sure I did.
There's
when I played
one side quest that's worth it when you go to the moon.
Yeah, the one on the moon, exactly. That's the only one that's worth it. Everything else is procedurally generated nonsense that no one actually wants to play.
Yeah, they were pretty boring.
But yeah, like you said, that game just kind of came out and was super bare. And I mean, I would still love to play it. The same way with Grand Theft Auto. Eventually, I guess I'll play it hopefully for free someday. It kind of sucks because I kind of lost my train of thought there because I was just thinking about how mad I am at the fact that Grand Theft Auto sucks. Playing as a PC player, especially you guys are console players, so you don't have the same access to some of this stuff like this. But when games are out for a long time, mods exist. People usually the first thing they do is make the game better looking. Because people
before
love
putting porn in it and
there's probably if there's a tier list, they put porn in it first, and then they make it pretty, and then they add really random shit like Randy Savage. It's 1, 2, 3. Works that. But it's that kind of stuff that it's just when they made Legendary Edition, I already have all the mods to put my stuff up to 4K textures. Everyone already looks fucking beautiful in the game. I already made it so everything's better in this game. So all I'm doing is getting an official release of what I already have. Same thing kind of happened with Skyrim. When Skyrim Special Edition came out, one of the first remakes of Skyrim, which was goofy, they updated graphics and stuff like that. And for the longest time, I wouldn't even buy it because my game already looked better. My original Skyrim already looked better than the Special Edition. It looked worse because they, like you said, they made the character models a little bit different. But I didn't like the art style they choose to recreate the characters. They all kind of looked a little dumpy. And I was my characters are beautiful. Your characters look like shit. You did a worse job than these people did. And Cocksucker 37 on, whatever Nexus mod forums did a better job than you, bro. I hate to break it to you. He also made porn, but, whatever.
We don't talk about that part. That's what I was kind of disappointed when I first saw the trailer for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because I was just again, Final Fantasy has spoiled and ruined everything at this point.
100%.
It's completely fucked all kind of remake and remaster by just setting a bar that no studio has the time and money that they want to put into it. They just want to put a couple months into it, slap that fucking price tag on it, and send that shit out. And then, but it's you can't do that. At least not for me, because I saw that I was I would rather, because I own all 3 games. I'd rather just go back and finish playing them on my PS3, because I feel what's that much of a difference? Other than that, I've heard that they upped the controls specifically in 1, which that's kind of cool.
Right.
But I'm it just doesn't look that much different to me. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm right there with you. I honestly think that they were all pretty good-looking games for the time that they came out. I mean, Mass Effect 1 came out in 2007, and that was a technical marvel at the time, and I still don't think it looks terrible. Some of the faces are a little gross, but you know, we live and we learn. But Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, I think, still hold up really well, especially in 1080p. I don't need it in 4K, whatever. I don't even have a 4K screen, so it wouldn't matter to me.
Right.
Yeah, I 100% see where you're coming from. But I mean, we say it like this, but for every time we talk about this, there's a reason that they make them. It's easy money, and people tend to buy them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The history shows.
It's the same thing with Skyrim. The same thing that fucking, what's his name? Todd Howard, the head of Bethesda, says, as long as people keep buying them, we will continue to release Skyrim for the end of days.
With Skyrim is you made other games that need to be remastered. Speaking of remastered,
they said, fuck Oblivion, fuck everything else.
Who cares? Fallout New Vegas. I guess Obsidian Entertainment made that one. But Fallout 3, like those are all amazing games that did really well.
Nope.
Why don't you remake those for once?
Just Skyrim.
Maybe take a jab at it. Maybe because Skyrim's the easiest to remaster because it was already a pretty new game. It was, not anymore. But like, I don't know, bro. I'd love to see a remastered Morrowind with the Skyrim fucking software. Do that. Do something different.
That sounds cool.
But then I guess Grand Theft Auto tried, and look where that landed them. So maybe they're scared to do it now.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, we'll remaster the old game from 2003. Oh, they don't like it.
I mean, it's come a running gag with Skyrim. How far do you think it'll go? Do you think it'll come out in the next 2 generations of consoles?
Definitely the next generation.
Yeah, PS6 definitely.
Is it already in VR?
Yes, it is in VR. Yes.
Yes, it is in VR.
Apparently, it's pretty cool in VR. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to try it in VR. That sounds really awesome.
I don't. All those people look ugly as fuck.
It's gonna be like Doom, where it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna start to be able to play Skyrim with like a TI-83 calculator. On your Samsung refrigerator.
Your fridge can play it. Yeah.
Like, hey Siri, play Skyrim.
Right.
Yeah, is it on iPhones?
I mean, technically, you could put it on iPhones with the streaming software that gaming makes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Stuff like that. Like, I could probably do that right now if I wanted to. I mean, that might not be a bad idea, actually.
Oh no!
I might be playing Skyrim. It'd be kind of like having my own little Switch, my own little Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I got one. Like I play Skyrim in bed, bro. That would be dope. Wait a second, you might have just been on to something right there.
I don't know. I don't know how that would translate with the controls, though.
Right?
Maybe if I can get. I think I have a whatchamacallit kind of controller, a wireless controller that I can.
Oh, there you go.
Work it out. I got a way I can work this out.
Just duct tape
it. Playing on your Apple Watch. You're gonna just put it in everywhere.
Yeah, that's when they'll stop, when it's on the Apple Watch.
And it's like we make fun of Skyrim, but Grand Theft Auto has literally done the exact same thing. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been coming out since the PlayStation 3 generation, and it has now been on all of those systems the same as Grand Theft.
That baffles me.
And they're both on the 6th game, and they won't make the 6th fucking game. Let's make the 6th one.
Something about 5.
I wonder if that's mostly for a GTA, at least, because there's an online component. So there's a continuing thing. Like, if that game was just the single player, do you think they would keep re-releasing it every time? Granted, Skyrim is single player and they're releasing it all the time, but that's a much bigger... Well, actually, I don't know if it's a much bigger world than GTA, actually.
I was about to say, they're pretty similar in being open world games where you can find a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But I feel like mostly GTA Online is what has kept that game surviving.
That's true, which is funny because it's completely by accident that it keeps having resurgences, kind of similar to Minecraft, where people just find new things that they want to do in the game and they just do it. In the community,
which is funny because I tried playing GTA Online and I did not have fun.
I thought it was boring as shit. I played it, I think, for a week, and I was like, I hate this. This is not fun at all. I don't understand why people like this.
I feel like it's kind of like Sims. You gotta like be into like just like taking care of your little guy and like dressing him up in like great outfits.
But that was a big thing too. The resurgence recently was because of role playing. As people got into Grand Theft Auto role playing, which was a lovely thing that Twitch streamers made into a big thing, and now everybody wants to do it. Everyone wants to pretend to be cops and robbers, and we're basically playing what we did back when we were children, but in a video game now. So now when we're playing cops and robbers, I actually get a cop car because it's a video game. So I guess that's pretty cool, but it's kind of funny that like if that didn't exist, maybe this generation of Grand Theft Auto might have not exist, or the one that's supposed to be coming out for like PlayStation 5 and stuff.
Right, because that version hasn't even come out yet on PS5 yet, or Xbox Series, whatever it's called.
And it shouldn't. Xbox 38,000, 4,006, 8 refrigerator. I don't know.
Xbox Y.
Yeah, no. I did have fun because I playing GTA Online when me and my cousin, because my cousin is like knows how to make friends online, whereas I'm like, nobody talk to me, leave me alone.
An extrovert.
And so Yeah, and
gross.
so he had friends, and so we did all of the heists, and those were actually fun as shit to do. And there's like chaos, and you're screaming at each other on mic, and people are like, you're trying to avoid the cops, and like the last mission is awesome. But other than that, playing that game single player by yourself is boring.
I mean, I guess that's kind of, you can talk about that with most multiplayer games, though, to be fair. Like, everything's more fun with friends.
It's true. Yeah.
But the heists do seem fun because it's like heavily like story influenced. Some of the other stuff is kind of like just kind of.
Speaking, I just want to go back to the whole remake and remaster debate. Because Demon Souls came out last year.
That is a remake.
That is a full-on remake. Yes,
that is not what Demon Souls looked like. That game was ugly as sin and it played like ass.
Wow.
Like they remade the shit out of that game. I just wanted the comparison between that and they remastered Dark Souls, the first Dark Souls, like a couple years before, and I'm pretty sure people hated that remaster. Like it wasn't very good. I think. I could be wrong though, but either way, the difference between the two, because I love the first Dark Souls. I haven't beaten it yet, but one day before I die, I will. And it was just a thing where it's like they just look so similar to me and the gameplay is exactly the same. Like, why am I going to pay full price for this game that I already own?
Right.
There's no incentive for me to get this unless you want to play it again and with a different controller.
I'll say another game that came out on PC that probably made it need a remake even less or remaster even less because it probably looks fine on PC. It probably looks pretty damn good on PC. So you probably didn't need a remaster.
So what's up with the Demon Souls? You guys say that one's like a better. It's more of a remake.
Yeah, because Demon Souls came out on PS3. And it looked completely different. The art style was completely different. The combat was probably similar, but they definitely eased it up more towards the newer Dark Souls games to make it feel more fluid and stuff. So
I feel like the biggest thing is the graphical improvement.
Yeah, the graphical improvement definitely. Yeah, and it's just a much better game to play. I don't even know if it's worth. It's one of the games that I think it wouldn't even be worth going back to original Demon Souls at this point, unless you just have pure nostalgia for it.
Also, because like most of those games, there is a small online component, and I don't even know if that component exists still in the original Demon Souls.
Probably.
Whereas in the new one, I'm assuming it's full on, and you can invade and help people and yada yada. Blah, blah, blah. I want to get that game. It looked amazing. I just know I'll never beat it.
I don't like Soulsborne games.
I want to be good at those games.
Yeah, I don't. I'm getting older.
Really hard.
My eyes are getting worse, and I got limited time in the day to play video games now, man. Right. I don't want to be sitting here getting frustrated at my TV.
I think I might play Elden Ring though when that comes out. That looks pretty cool. I might switch over to that one.
I thought the same thing about Sekiro, and I didn't play that either. So maybe
I want to play that. I'm just waiting for that game to go down in price. I haven't seen that game lower than $40. I'm like, I don't want to play for that for a game that I probably won't ever beat. But speaking of games that were remastered, that instead of them being hard as fuck and we don't want to play, games that are fun that we do want to play, the Kingdom Hearts everything. They've come out with multiple versions.
Now they disrespect people's money when it comes to Square Enix re-releasing these games, because every time a new anything comes out, they'll put a new edition of the
new bundle
of add one game and they're like $60 again, and it's like,
it
all right,
so true.
Oh, we added one new cutscene, $60 again. Here's a new one, new cutscene. You watch at the end. And I'm like, it got to the point that like when I wanted to come back and like play the games, I didn't know what fucking version to get because there's so many of them. 1.5, 2.5 remix, 3 drop dead distance ultra mix. What does any of this mean?
Yeah,
the only thing that added to it was like, oh, this one has the hour cutscene from the one game that came on PSP
on your phone or whatever,
mobile phone or something. I'm like, I don't care. The lore doesn't make any sense anyway. So
I think the one I got was whatever they called the all-in-one package, which I think had everything except for Kingdom Hearts 3, because it was right before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. So I think that's the one I got.
Nice. I haven't played any of the remakes, but I really, really want to play the newest bundle that's on Switch. But
do it.
I don't have faith. I don't have faith in the cloud-based gaming, so I don't know.
I was about to say test the cloud gaming for us so we can see if it's bad or not.
That might be I really want to replay them, and that seems like the easiest way. I just love playing anything on my Switch. It just makes like Brian said, I don't have a lot of time either, but the Switch on the train or on the go or flying around or something, like it just makes gaming so much easier and accessible.
It's the best mobile gaming system we've ever had. Everything's better on the Switch. I think I would beat a lot more super big RPGs like you've been playing recently if I had them on the Switch. Sitting at your computer or sitting on your couch for like that many hours feels kind of rough. But when it feels like you can just take it anywhere and like whenever you got a free, a couple hours, do a little bit grinding, maybe kill a boss, like I'd probably finish a lot more games. Like
I'm still chugging away at the original Final Fantasy on the Switch, which has been.
I love that you're even playing it.
Although he's playing both of them at the same time.
I was playing. I'm playing 7 on the remake, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying the remake.
I love that. I love that you're enjoying that so much.
Yeah, I can't wait. I would love to talk about it more on a different podcast. But yeah, I think the remake is just so much fun. It's hard. Sometimes
I think I'm gonna try to get it for Black Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. I want to play it so badly.
Sometimes I have a hard time going back to the original on the Switch, like a couple days later on the train or whatever. But then, like 10 minutes in, I'm like super invested.
Listen, I wish you had played through the whole original first. I just think that it's such a uniquely different experience, but it still has so much. There was so much love and care put into that game that I really like. Even though it's not my favorite Final Fantasy, I think it is overhyped. It's like the best Final Fantasy. It's a damn good game. And that makes me excited because the remake's apparently a damn good game too.
Yeah. It's really solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna love seeing that world in a different way.
All right, here, I got another question. How many remakes do you think there'll be to get that through that whole game?
I feel like 3.
3?
I hope
4?
2 sounds like a
5?
stretch. I think 3 sounds like a good number, but I feel like they might do 4.
Yeah, I think they've talked about doing 3, but with the amount of time they put into Midgard, there's other like cities that are pretty well fleshed out in the game. Like when you play through it, that makes me feel like y'all really rushing through the rest if you just make it, a couple games after this. If you're gonna put the same care that you put into Midgard, but
yeah,
we'll see. Like I'm hoping it's only 3. Because if it's any more, they're never gonna finish.
Yeah,
no.
3 sounds like a good like. I agree. It feels like it should be like Midgard is like maybe.
What are they gonna call it though? Final Fantasy Remake 2?
We just discussed Kingdom Hearts and their nomenclature, so it doesn't matter what they're going to do with it. Yeah, they might call it Remake 2.
7.2? Final Fantasy, 10 had a sequel? 10-2? Maybe they'll call it 7-2?
10-2,
yeah.
And then 13 had a sequel that was 13-2. And then there was another one that was like 13 Ultra Sound, whatever. I don't know. They've never been good at this.
I guess they can't make it a 2.
It's really bad.
They can't make it a 2 because that's not really more.
It's not really like, right.
But
maybe they'll call it something like remix.
There's more content, but it's not like taking.
What if they call it like Final
7.
Fantasy 7.5 remake?
That's not out of the question, and that's the worst part about it. Literally, Kingdom Hearts used a Roman numeral and then put a decimal point after it. What the fuck is that?
They did.
They don't give a shit in Japan, dude. They going wild.
I love Japan.
Did the Romans have decimal points? They probably had decimal points in Roman times, but it probably still had Roman numeral after that. I don't know.
They probably called. You didn't have a half a Pop-Tart back in the Roman days. You probably called a portion.
There were no fractions back then.
There were no fractions yet. We didn't invent that.
Oh god,
I have no idea. Sorry, people that are into history. They're probably punching air right now.
They're probably right. These guys are idiots.
Where's Devin when we need him?
This is where we need Devin, honestly.
I need the history buff. So, like, for because we're talking about like nostalgia, like how much nostalgia has to be in a remake or remaster for you to be like, no matter what the price is, I will get it. Like, clearly, none of us are that nostalgic over Grand Theft Auto. So it's like, if they released Metal Gear, obviously, would you get it again if it was just the same exact game, like a port?
Like the same exact game? They didn't even update the graphics or anything?
Yeah, no graphic improvement, just the same thing.
How much it cost?
$40.
$40. Ooh.
That
for Metal Gear Solid 1? Or do I get a whole collection?
No, just the first one.
Just the first one. That's tough. I might wait till it says 25.
Yeah, I would pay 20, 25, no problem on the Switch like tomorrow if it came out. But I haven't played it before.
I mean, y'all kind of seen that I'm a cheap motherfucker when it comes down to it. Because like Mass Effect's one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I love Mass Effect. And I still didn't buy the remaster. I play Mass Effect every year. It's one of those trilogies I play every single year. It's one of my feel-good games that I just love to rebeat. And I'll probably do it again pretty soon when the Christmas season starts coming up.
Nice.
And it probably won't be the Legendary Edition of it.
Right.
And
yeah.
So it's like if I love that game that much that I play it every single year, a single player game, and I still didn't buy the remaster, it's gonna take me a lot to want to get that for any game. I'm trying to think if there are any games that I love more than that. Even Sonic.
I was about to say Sonic.
I didn't get the Sonic Colors remastered
If they fully
yet.
remade, like graphical improvement only, because the controls have to stay the same, because when they try to switch Sonic's controls up, it just turns to shit.
Right.
So if they just fully remade graphically both Sonic Adventure 2 and then also just Sonic 2, what's the lowest you would pay?
Leave Sonic 2 where
or
it is.
highest, sorry.
Leave Sonic 2 as it is. That game is beautiful. It's like redoing Lion King. Like, what a stupid idea that was. Don't do that with Sonic 2. I'm surprised they haven't remastered Sonic Adventure 2, to be honest.
Wow.
I'd probably pay $40 for that. If they
40?
did 1 and 2, Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, I'd play $40.
Okay. Okay.
That's another game I have
fair.
beaten every single year as well. I've 100% of that game multiple years.
This thought actually just came into my head as you were talking about that. Because I remember there's a rumor going around that Naughty Dog is remaking The Last of Us 1 with The Last of Us 2's engine.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think we need that.
I would get that. I would get that at full price.
At full price, really?
Whoa.
Yeah. I love that game too much.
Dang.
Just I would get that at full price.
Those games, like, I loved both of them, but they feel very, very much the same, like, feeling wise. I get like the sequel is like a little bit better looking or whatever, and I guess it feels a little bit smoother. But I don't know. I don't know if I would pay anything for like that slight difference, honestly.
Yeah, they mechanically improved the game.
Yeah, the story is so much more powerful than anything, even though the gameplay was like top notch. And they can't redo the story, obviously, within the regards of a remaster. So it's not quite worth it for me.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Let me know how it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's just rumors.
Rumors.
Oh, okay.
You also might have just swayed me. I don't know if I want it anymore.
Yeah, full price for that. I think it's too soon. I think that's a big thing about remakes and remasters as well, is timing. Like you said, the timing between the remaster of Last of Us 1 and the PlayStation 4 one, it kind of felt like a graphical upgrade, but then it cost, what was it, full price? Like, that was ridiculous. You didn't get any money off for owning the original one or anything like that, which is what a lot of remasters have been doing kind of recently. BioShock got a remaster recently, and if you already had it, it only cost you $20 to upgrade.
That's amazing.
Same thing with Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition. If you already had the game, it costs less to upgrade.
Yeah, you would think within a year also, like, why not just give them that kind of upgrade if the remaster comes out?
Yeah.
Not even 2 years later. Yeah, true.
Why give them something when I can charge them for it?
Knowing they'll get it anyway.
Right. Yeah. That's what Skyrim is. We know they're going to buy it. And then Grand Theft Auto was like, let me get in on that. Because we're not releasing Grand Theft Auto 6 anytime soon. Let's go ahead and do it. And look where it got you. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep. I am dancing over here because of that, because they deserve it. Fuck y'all for that.
That was pretty shit. Sucks. Pretty shitty. I love Rockstar and I love their games, but that was pretty shit.
It's just such obvious cash grab, man.
Yeah.
Just be less conspicuous. Like, at least
because I was genuinely excited to play that game again, Grand Theft Auto 3 again, and all of them. But yeah, now I'm like, nope. I'll wait till the next definitive edition in 2 years.
I'll get 2 weeks free of PlayStation Now and try to beat it real quick, and that'll be. Because I think whichever one's on there, I'll do that, and then I'll do the same thing for Xbox Game Pass, and then I won't play whatever one's not on there. I guess that's Vice City. I love Vice City, but sucks to suck.
Yeah,
not spending $60 for that, $70 for that.
Yeah,
that's nonsense.
Real quick, other things when it comes to remake and remaster, Pokemon everything.
All the Pokemons.
Yeah, those are just the same. Those are just the same games.
More or less, yeah. There's a whole lot more.
Is it Diamond and Pearl? Are they remaking it in like the Sword and Shield like engine? Like, is it going to be 3D or how is that working?
I think it's still like, what is it called? Isometric, like top down. I think I think that's like more of a remaster, albeit like maybe it's a better engine. The characters are definitely like 3-dimensional, but it's still
okay. But they made them kind of look like the sprites that they were in that era of the game. I'm seeing it right now. So they got the big old head and the little body.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I think the sprites or the images are like completely revamped, but the idea, like the heart of the game is still very much the same.
Yeah, they did that kind of similar art style. So they made them like the small person as if they were sprites. Because when they were sprites, they were just a little little person with a head and blue eyes and stuff.
Yeah,
they kind of did that again, but made it 3D.
Not super realistic like Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield is like
interesting,
more realistic. I guess 3D camera controls.
They're all the same damn thing.
Yeah, but they're all the same story, at least.
They do add some stuff to it that makes it a little bit better. Like, Fire Red and Leaf Green was the one we were talking about off air.
Yeah.
The one that I played, the remake of Red and Blue. It makes it so I don't want to play Red and Blue anymore because I think it improved upon a lot of like the systems and stuff like that. And of course, it looks better.
I agree.
But
I agree.
yeah, they added some of the stuff that they had from Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah, so that's probably a remake, right? Or what would you guys call that, a remaster?
I also would call it a remake. I call it a remaster. But
I would call it a remake.
that one's kind of teetering for me. I don't know because graphically it's not that much better. It is in color, but it just something about like the mechanics of it feel. It's the exact same game, but it just feels so much smoother inherently.
Yeah, the battle system
it's hard to tell.
Is a little bit different, and I think that was a good idea to update the battle system with it. I know a lot of people don't care or notice that those kind of changes. They have changed the battle system as the game's gotten newer.
How is it different? I know sometimes you can have like two Pokemon at once.
Yeah, you have the 2-player battle kind of thing with all of that kind of stuff. They upgraded type differences, so there are more types. There's just fire, water, grass, rock. They added like steel and stuff like that, so they added more of those in there, so you have different type advantages. That made the game feel a little bit smoother.
Did they have steel Pokemon, or is it just like the 100? What is it? 180 classic ones.
So it's still the 100. It's 151.
151.
Wow! Look at this guy.
I'm gonna just pack my things. I'm gonna go now.
Fake fan. Look at us, everybody. You got a fake fan over here. It's just like move sets and stuff. So like Charmeleon or someone can get like Steel Claw now.
Oh wow!
And Steel Claw is strong against
cool.
rock. Makes him a little bit better against like Brock's Gym, because Brock's Gym, if you play as a leaf or water type Pokemon, obviously you have the type advantage. That's why people don't like to pick Charmander in the beginning.
Yeah, when you're fire, that shit just you that first gym you got to train up, or else you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Unless you farm out that Mankey, or get you. Well, I guess Pikachu doesn't have
a Pidgey.
Okay. No, Mankey the monkey, because he has a low kick.
No, yeah, I think if you also get a Pidgey, isn't Pidgey good against?
No, Pidgey fucking sucks.
Rock?
Well, I don't think you get flying attacks yet. Then I don't know. I'm not good at the game. I play it the exact same way I played it when I was 5. People are like, "Don't you know that Charizard, the bad fire Pokemon, he doesn't have fire moves?" And I'm like, "Who gives a fuck? It's fucking Charizard. He's a dinosaur.
He's Charizard. He's dope.
Man, he's a fucking dragon. He's not actually a dragon, which is funny too.
The most dragon motherfucker.
Oh, he's not dragon type at all. Right? Yeah.
So technically, he's not a dragon, which is
what a worthless
fuck
shit.
off. I like because he looks cool. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My question for everybody is, what has been your favorite remake or remaster? If you both pick Final Fantasy VII, fuck you. I guess Oscar hasn't played yet, but
I haven't played it yet.
Damn.
So
you can pick that if you want. It's fine.
Like a remake or remaster?
Yeah, remake or remaster. Just a game that existed and has existed again now.
Damn, it's hard not to pick Final Fantasy VII. For one, I'm playing it right now, so it feels the freshest. And 2, it's definitely the best, but I'm trying really hard not to.
Yeah, what's your second pick?
Second pick would be The Last of Us Remastered on PlayStation 4. I played through that again. That was super fun. Mostly because it had been like a few years and I got it for free on PlayStation Plus. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll play this again. And that was still super fun and great. Yeah, I don't know if I would pay money to play it again because, like I said, it's more or less the same, but the remaster just like looked a little bit better and I could play it like right now on my PlayStation 4. So that was pretty great.
I got it for $10 hairs. I think that was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm struggling just because I feel like I don't play games again all that often.
We are completely different. We're completely opposite gamers. I think it's so funny that you only
I feel like for me, it's like once I platinum a game, I never go back. I'm never gonna touch that shit ever again.
That's the thing too. You also play the hell out of a game to the point where
I'll play it until it's dead, until it's dead in a ditch.
That is a burnt out game. That thing is on fire when you're done with it.
Yeah, you're useless to me now.
Did you replay any of the Pokemon games like Fire Red or any of them on?
Yeah,
Switch?
I did. I don't think I ever beat any of them though.
Okay.
But so like I played through all 3 of those Spiral games when they came out though.
Cool.
I platinumed all 3 of those games. But granted, I had never finished. I don't think I finished. No, I think I finished the first one. I don't think I ever finished 2 or 3. So that was just like me wanting to go back and actually finish playing those games as well.
Nice.
I used to do a thing with Spyro games because this was the era when Blockbuster was really big and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it used to suck when you couldn't finish a game in that 5 days or a week or whatever you got when you used to rent it. So I used to just re-rent the same game like 3 weeks in a row. And that was one of those games just so I could beat it. So I beat all 3 essentially without ever owning the game.
That was like my mission.
Nice.
If I didn't beat it, I had to try to beat it within those 7 days. If not, I didn't want to waste time or money on like renting it again.
Nah, definitely rent it again.
It was so frustrating. Like I was so close. I'm not gonna forget it. It's over. Not renting it again.
For like N64 games because like the save file will be on the cartridge.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like get the same cartridge that you got last time, and then you like they give you another one.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, this person already beat Super Mario 64. Damn it. Oh god, the good old days, funny. Dude. I miss them.
Right.
That's nostalgia that I feel.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. So like Spyro, I played God of War 3 again. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
What about you, Brian?
I'll say the GTA trilogy. All 3 of them.
That's disrespectful to yourself and everyone around you.
Oh man.
You will be disowned from your family. You're not allowed to go back. For me,
yeah, you seem like you replay the most things. So
yes, when they make remasters and remakes, they're shooing straight for me. They're looking right at me, dead in the face. Every single time I log online, they're like, "This one, he's the one.
He's gonna
do what he likes. He's gonna."
We've seen the games he gets. He's got 18 versions of Sonic too.
We could get this man for everything he's worth. For me, probably actually Halo. The Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh,
cool.
Even though I heard that was crap for a while.
Well, I only bought the PC version because I haven't had an Xbox One. Or
okay,
Xbox
well there
since,
you go. There you go.
Whatever the fuck. So at that point, they already got all the kinks out, and I mean, it was the closest thing I've been able to get back to that nostalgia that I was feeling when I did used to like compete and play in that game. Because a big thing that's been an issue with me personally when it comes to trying to replay these games is like, you know, nostalgia is kind of trying to find that feeling that you had when you were a kid when you were playing these games, and especially in multiplayer games, it's kind of difficult to find that because, you know, when I played World of Warcraft as a kid compared to now, I was a stupid kid. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to play the game. And now I'm so proficient at the game that it doesn't have that same sense of like wonder, I guess, that it used to have. And that always kind of sucks when you're kind of going for that. But like Halo, I was like back with the boys. I was seeing like names of people that I've known and haven't played with for, 10 years. Cool. And then we're back running team doubles again. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It was just
that's cool.
That feeling. Right. It felt so good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Breaking news. I got a hot take.
Uh-oh.
I just realized that there's one more game that we didn't talk about. And I think this one actually makes my top list. I didn't think about it. But
ooh,
I'm nervous.
Yeah. Right? I'm interested to see where this lies in with you, but I think this is one of the best remakes. Well, maybe or just one of the most enjoyable ones. Super Smash Brothers.
He's calling that a remake. Whoa,
that's not a remake. That's a new game,
bro.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers, and I would argue that even the first game and just the game as a whole is reimagining all these characters and to play them in such unique and new ways that it is a remake of all the games, that we know and love. And
now you're going far.
And then they remake it for every new console. Like Smash Brothers is a remake of a remake of a remake of a remake.
Competitive Smash Brothers hate you right now for what you just said.
Fight me.
There's a reason they're still playing the GameCube version all these years later.
Sure.
Because they think those other games are sacrilegious.
Yeah, you can argue that one is your favorite or one is better than the others, but I still think that they're all a remake of the 64 version, and even the 64 version is a remake of Pokemon, of Zelda, of Star Fox, of Mario, because you're playing as Mario and you can jump around and do fireballs, and it's like if you're playing as Mario, it feels like you're playing Mario. When you're playing as Link,
as your lawyer, this is a bit of a stretch. No, I don't think the judge is going to buy this.
So it's a two-parter, and I'm gonna sit on one because one actually you got something there. The whole thing about it being a remake of all the games, that's bullshit. What the fuck? That is not
what?
I'm not playing Kirby's Dream Land when I'm jumping around as Kirby and knocking people off the map. That is not what Kirby game has ever been in my life. But however,
you can still suck and swallow people and then use their powers. Like, come on!
I didn't like that was the thing that you went for. I should have picked a different character.
I mean, don't think that as a dirty. That's literally what happens.
I mean, fair. But however, we did say that like remasters and remakes were like graphic fidelity qualities, like improving the quality of like the characters, more polygon stuff like that, which they do.
That's a stretch.
Adding some new stuff. They do add like new things, but however, the game feels and plays pretty similarly. I know Smash people are screaming and crying and pissing and shitting right now when I say that.
Like, on paper, 100%, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, the jump always feels like the jump. A lot of the moves are the same. They've only added a couple of new ways to smash. Like, other than that, it's basically the same. You can still throw. You can still hit A, B, whatever. Yeah. Like,
but then I guess that would mean like every fighting game is just a remake or remaster of the previous fighting game.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, like
Street Fighter 5 is just Street Fighter 1 again.
Once again, fighting game people are mad right now. They're pissed at us. But I don't think
Dynasty Warriors 1 through 100 is the same game.
Oh, I'll give you Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, that's a remaster every single time.
Remaster. But yeah, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Smash Brothers is a remake inside of a remake. Can't change my
All right.
Can't change my mind. I'm the meme of the guy holding the cardboard in front of college.
It's the first, yeah.
Come change my mind.
Speak your truth, friend. I believe in you. I might not agree with you, and you might. They might steal your shoes over this take, but
no, I will die with this. You heard it here
this is the hill you choose to die on.
You're gonna die on that hill.
That's right.
I mean, I always play Pikachu. I've been playing Pikachu for how many years now? Like
since
1998 or whatever. That's hilarious. Oh, that's a good one. I think that's good. I think we should end on that one. Let's end with people as mad as possible.
Right. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, listeners, if you enjoyed this kind of topic, let us know, and we might do some other topics that are kind of conversational pieces like this, where we can talk about the gaming industry as a whole and how great and not terrible it is to everyone around it. Right? It's awesome. Right? Anyways, fuck Blizzard. Should we move on?
Moving on
to our next our final segment of the week?
Let's get it.
Absolutely.
All right. It's time for our final segment of the week, which we like to call Free for All, title pending. This is a segment, listeners, where we kind of do whatever we want. We can recommend something. We can go on a rant. We can say how our day or our week has been. We can talk about what we ate. We can do whatever we want. It's free for all. Who would like to go first?
I think I'd like to go first this time. I normally haven't recently. But I finally got something to talk about for you guys. So, nature is healing. The world is a better place today. And why is it a better place? Because Halo released the multiplayer for Halo Infinite a few days ago as of recording this. We didn't think it was going to happen. It was actually Halo's 20th anniversary recently. And a surprise out of nowhere, a Hail Mary. They said, hey, you want to play Halo Infinite? Have at it. Go ahead and play right now. Download it right now. It's 25
Brian's
gigabytes.
Christmas came early.
Brian's Christmas came early. So they released what they're considering right now, the beta of Halo Infinite multiplayer. And is available until the game comes out December 8th. So it is fully functional version of the multiplayer. And I've played it so far. I've been playing it since day one, and it's okay.
Oh no!
It's fine. It's okay.
What?
It's still far from my personal favorite Halo. I think a lot of people are currently just excited to have something new because Halo 5 was such a abysmal game in a lot of ways. But it's pretty low tier on my Halo agenda. But it's just fun to have more Halo to play. Right now, it is very beta. They did not enunciate that enough. The fact that it is very much a beta. The sound design right now is fucking garbage. The sounds are just not working. When you shoot your pistol, the pistol doesn't make any noise. When someone's shooting at you, you don't hear anything. Like, you don't make any, I've been hit with bullets. Like, none of that happens. So it's a little crunchy. Wow. But yeah, I'll probably put maybe like 10 hours.
They have the get out of jail free card, though, as saying it's a beta.
Saying it's a beta, exactly. We say it's early access. You can do whatever you want. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. It can be as crappy as you want.
A couple of just review things about it is one thing they did in the ranked area. They did go, I don't know. I didn't play a lot of Halo 5, so I don't know much about it. I was not going to buy an Xbox One for that. But they did get rid of their iconic leveling system where you had 1 through 50. That's been through Halo for so long. And they replaced it with kind of what most competitive games use now, where they have like a ranking system there. It's like you can be silver, gold, platinum, whatever, diamond, stuff like that. They replaced it with that, which I don't love. It's whatever. It just doesn't feel like Halo. It's just, once again, them borrowing from other games that they don't need to because they're such an iconic game themselves. But that exists. I'm Diamond right now. That's the tier right before the max tier, which is Onyx. And it's been fun playing with people. And
I don't know what that means, but it sounds impressive.
Diamonds are pretty.
I was going to ask you if they got rid of iron sights, because I know Halo 5, they added iron sights, and it was the most un-Halo thing ever.
So no iron sights.
Thank God.
No flinching, anything like that. So like if you get shot when you're aiming down your sights, where when you're scoped in, it'll knock you out of scope in anymore. There's no more of like the Halo 4 where it makes you twitch and all that stupid shit. There's still sprint. Some of the power weapons are stupid and gimmicky, and I don't like most of them. I wish they would just keep the normal rocket, sniper. Every weapon just feels like, I don't know what the fuck this does, and it just shoots kind of like a sniper, but not really. So that's been kind of goofy.
Is there a sword still?
There's still a sword, yeah.
I remember loving the sword.
Sword is fun,
sword's very strong.
I don't know much about Halo, but the sword
I think if they got
fun.
rid of the sword, people would riot.
Right, yeah, there's still sword. There's still sprint, which I don't love.
Is the grav hammer around?
Gravity hammer, yes, they do have the gravity hammer.
Yeah.
That's in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't play any of the like big team battle stuff. That's just not my jam. I don't like the vehicles, so I couldn't tell you too much about that. I usually just play 4v4 arena.
Nice, simple.
Keep it simple. Keep it straight up.
I saw a great meme about this this morning. I think the caption was like, "My age is finally showing in this current generation" or something like that. And it was a photo. It was a photo of a screenshot, and this kid presumably was like, "Why do these people keep twerking on me when I'm dying?"
They don't know what teabagging is, dude. It's past the generation.
That's hilarious. Wow.
That was such a iconic thing. I feel like they even teased that in a couple like Mountain Dew commercials back in the day.
They did.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Right.
Yeah.
What a time capsule.
A slight aside, because me and Devin were talking about it, because Devin was trying to see if we wanted to play Splitgate together, which is a game that came out that was very much influenced by Halo in between the time of Halo 5 and in this game right now. And you actually get points in Splitgate for teabagging people.
I did not know that. I'm going to have to start doing that.
You get points.
Wow.
That's funny.
They count
Of
how many
course.
times you teabag.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool though, dude. I'm glad that it's like not a bombshell of a terrible thing when it came out.
We'll
And
see. It's already had some
seems to have
tournaments
been
and
positive.
stuff.
I think Brian giving it an okay rating is like
that's cool.
that means it's
That's high praise.
probably pretty good. Like for how
I'm pretty critical about Halo, to be fair.
for how bad, for how much of a dumpster fire it could have been. That's pretty good.
Maybe I hope it's not like they're softening the blow for when the campaign comes
Ooh.
out.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of discourse around that and co-op not being released right at the release of the game. I'm just tired of games being released disjointed like this. Just wait till the game is finished and released.
Yeah.
And I get why you do it. Money, capitalism,
Yeah.
shareholders, but like
It sucks, but yeah.
they're releasing this game in pieces right now, and that's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Well, they're leaning into like what the gaming industry is doing nowadays. But instead of like saying it's a complete game, I actually respect if they say, "Oh, it's coming. It's just not complete yet." I kind of respect.
My thing is that if this multiplayer was like perfect, they wouldn't have said it's a beta.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
100%.
But Halo's always had a beta though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
that's cool. That's
good.
fun.
I look forward to playing it. I'm gonna have to play it somehow.
for sure, man. I'm pretty sure you can play it on Xbox One. I don't know if you have one anymore, but
Really? I'm gonna have to download it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna have to clear off everything on my hard drive.
I'll go next. Mine is also another game that is not completely out yet, but I am very excited to play it. I haven't played any of it yet, but I've been watching a shit ton of YouTube videos about it. I'm a tiny bit obsessed. It's called Elden Ring.
You're gonna hate it.
I don't think you're gonna like it either, personally.
I don't know. I might hate it, but I really, really, really want to play it, and I hope that I like it a lot.
I hope you do.
I famously have not played any Dark Souls like games. I haven't played any From Software games, so I'm going in this very cold, very blind. I know that they're incredibly hard and challenging and expect a lot from you. I think I played like a total of 20 minutes of Demon Souls, and I was like, nope. I died like 3 times in those 20 minutes. I was like, this is not even a game. This is
Torture.
Torture.
This is just not fun. It's just
Just
torture.
rage
Yeah.
quit
I
the
was
game.
like, why do people play this? But I don't know, something about maybe just watching so many YouTube videos of people that are actually like really talented at it. They make it
it's
seem
fun
so
watching
easy.
good people play those games.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
So anyway, they had this like closed network testing or something, and the first like couple hours of the game that were released for people to play. Of course, I didn't get to play any of it, but I've just been watching a lot of YouTube videos about it, and it just looks really, really, really cool. The whole world that they're creating, the open world aspect of it, it seems a little bit more forgiving than other From Software games. They're kind of changing the way it seems like from what I've heard and seen it. They're changing the way like the campfire type things work. There's a little bit more of them. You can level up more often. There seems to be more spawn points right next to those really tough bosses. And the whole idea of it being an open world, you can kind of tackle things in lots of different ways. So it seems a little bit more forgiving than other games. I'm sure it's going to be very, very, very challenging, and I'll probably get super frustrated. But you guys know me. I love a good magic-based video game with RPG elements. And I think that these games have always have like an easy mode activated if you push your magic. So I think I'll probably play it and tank like the magic, like a magic tank kind of guy.
Do it on easy mode. I can't do it on a hard mode anymore.
Well, that's the thing. They don't have modes, but if you just change,
if you just
the mode
spam like
based on your play
a
style.
ranged magic person, you might have a chance.
For some reason, a lot of
Right.
RPG games, you can break the game just by being a magic user. I used to do that in like Dragon Age and stuff all the time. For some reason, it's always the easiest role to take. No, if you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I know for a fact Alex would definitely be a mage, no question. A wizard of some sort.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's really hard not to pick a magic.
It's the one
user
thing you can't
for,
really
like,
do in real
RPG
life.
games.
Like I can swing a sword. I can't shoot fireballs.
Yeah.
I always want to be like a two-handed sword user in like these games, and then I hit that character menu, and I'm like,
Wizard mage.
Yeah.
It's too slow, dude. I don't like swinging that fat sword.
I've gotten to the point where I've run out of patience with like games, like campaigning games, like trying to play on like hard mode or insane mode or whatever. I'm like, nope. I'm just gonna go like medium and like just get through the story and just like get through it because like I just don't have the patience to do like one checkpoint like 20 times anymore. You know, I don't.
Patience and time. You have limited time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you spend 3 hours wiping on a boss and you just feel stupid because like this game's only 10 hours. I've spent 3 of those 10 hours.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Sitting here looking at this
like,
stupid asshole.
I am definitely being a lot more critical lately about which games I play and how much time I'm investing in them. So it's I find myself surprised that I really want to play this game because
it looks like it's going to be big and long.
On paper, this is not the game for me. I do not have that much time for video games. Like the world that they're creating is super exciting for me.
Right.
But the difficulty and how much time you have to invest in it and how much focus, like for me at this time in my life, like I just don't have that much time to commit to games anymore.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it looks so fucking cool that I gotta try it.
But it's also because those games are notorious for like hiding ways to play in like dumb menus and dumb like lore dialogue boxes that you like they don't teach you anything, and that's the worst part. You gotta just fuck around until something clicks. Sometimes
that's been my
and it's
reasoning
like,
for not liking these games. I like to have at least a little bit of something instructed to me. I try to play Bloodborne, which I might recommend to you if you want to see what these kind of games are like. It's considered one of the easier ones.
He said no.
I'm gonna just wait for. I'm gonna dive in right in.
Yeah, well, it's considered one of the best PS4 games of all time, and I played like an hour and a half, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Nothing makes sense. I hate this. This is awful. Why are these guys looking at me this way? This guy doesn't hit me. This guy decides he hates me for the way I look. I don't know, dude. I don't think From Software games are for me personally. Maybe I'll give it another chance.
I love the first Dark Souls. Yeah. I've never beaten it. I'm at what most people say is the hardest boss, but like I really enjoyed playing the hell out of that first game. And one day I'll beat it someday. I just got to a point where the boss is like, I just have to grind a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's the issue with the game is you have to get good at it. In order to get good at it, you have to spend time with it. Yeah. And that sucks.
I don't consider myself a masochist, so I'm just going to steer clear of these. I'll stick to my Rocket League.
I might regret my decisions, but I'll let you guys know this February.
Please keep us updated. I hope you love it.
Before you start it, though, I think we should place a bet on how many bosses Alex would beat before he starts playing, though. Before he turns it off forever.
Very fair point.
Point zero. Point one.
Yeah, the over-under set at 0.5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I can go next. This was from back on Disney Plus Day last week. I watched Under the Helmet: The Legacy of Boba Fett. It was like a 22, 25-minute documentary on basically the origin of the Boba Fett character. A character that I do not give a single fuck about. But I was like, it's only 20 minutes. I'll watch it. It's fine. But it was pretty cool. It showed me stuff that I didn't know, like how originally he was supposed to be one of a shit ton. There was supposed to be a bunch of him, and they were in white. There were white outfits, and they're supposed to be like just like an elite stormtrooper force. Mm-hmm. But they only had enough money to make the one suit, so they're like, well. Fuck.
Let's at least make it cool.
Like, and so they painted it green, yada yada, and did all this cool stuff. And now he's like, all right, he's a bounty hunter. Let's make him a bounty hunter. So I thought that was funny because it's true. He looks like he fell through a paint store as a stormtrooper, and now he's this guy because he sucks at everything.
Honestly, yeah, that makes a lot more sense though. That he would just be an elite stormtrooper because if he was a bounty hunter, he did very little to be a bounty hunter, but he would have been perfectly fine if he just was an elite stormtrooper and then did what he did.
Right.
Nothing. Right. But yeah, so they talked about that and how like his first appearance, like what the audience saw, wasn't actually in Empire. Like they had like a parade, and I don't remember what town, like George Lucas's hometown or something like that. And they had Vader out there in the full suit, and they showed and Boba Fett was next to him, and that was the first time people had ever seen Boba Fett. And they were like, okay, people are attracted to this character. Like kids are going up to them wanting autographs, yada yada yada, and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, this might work. And so that's why they put him in there. And like, I can't remember the exact stats. I should have written down that he's like got like, I think like 4 lines or 11 lines in all of those original trilogy. And he's on screen for, I think like 4 minutes total or something like that. And it's just like, and then the phenomenon happened. And I was like, this is why I don't care about Boba Fett. He came from nothing. Why do people like this guy?
People love an underdog.
I don't even know.
He's not an he doesn't do anything.
I don't even know if it was an underdog.
He came from nothing.
I think just looking cool just gives you a lot of leeway to do anything.
Yeah.
I think everyone just started making up these crazy stories about him. So like, that guy looks fucking cool. And that was the end of it. It was like, yep.
I mean, that's one of the coolest things about Star Wars is before, if you're looking at just the original trilogy and nothing else, so many beautiful stories you can create in your mind. There's books, lots of lore that can be created just from a simple canvas.
Right.
And this character is a perfect example.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
So I'm a fan of Boba Fett for a lot of reasons, and that's the biggest one. Just because you can create whatever backstory you want, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's So it was a pretty cool little doco. It was nice.
It is cool.
He's earned my respect now, but it took 20, 40 years.
It took 40 years to get him around.
It took Mandalorian.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'll go last. My free-for-all this week, since it is a certain holiday coming up when I think this episode's going to be released.
Yes, Valentine's Day.
I want us all to go around and say one thing, video game,
oh, he's going to do it,
that you're thankful for.
Wait, say that question again?
Okay, so something that you're thankful for that happened during, I'm just going to say the entire pandemic, either a video game or a movie or a show, just something that brought you pleasure from...
Oh, wow.
The God of War Ragnarok announcement. No. Call back to that one episode.
Something that you clung on to that gave you hope during the dark, dark times of the coronavirus pandemic.
Oh yeah, I guess kind of both me and Oscar's wishes. Early pandemic when we started this podcast came true.
Yeah,
I thought I got a teaser trailer from Breath of the Wild. No release date. We got more info on Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
I win.
Life
I got mine.
I don't even remember what mine was. So good for you guys. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Okay, but that's a great question. Let me think.
Well, yeah, it's been like a two year period,
which I'm very thankful
right?
for.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, has it been 2? Feels like 2.
I guess for me, I got one. I'll go. I'm thankful that I was able to see a movie in the theater again.
Yeah.
That's very fair.
Nice.
Like having not been able to do that and having be a person that loves to go to the movies all the time. Having that ability to do that. So thanks vaccine. Everyone get them. Shut up and get it. Shut up.
There's something about it. There's some magic about going to the theater, Like I always want to have that option. Like I don't want everything to go to streaming.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Thankful that I was finally able to see a movie in theaters. Yeah.
No, I asked you guys this question. I don't even have one myself. Or not really locked up.
I'm trying to think really hard about things.
You can get a really easy, corny one and say this podcast.
Boo. I mean, yes, but
I am
also
thankful for this podcast where all
my
my
best
friends can all
I'm
talk.
thankful for the friends I made along the way.
I think it's mostly sad that I think this is the most we've talked in a long time because of this, though.
Yeah, I mean,
like on a recurring basis.
Yeah, that's just being an adult, though. Is it's kind of like it forces
Yeah.
you to talk because just as humans, we all get really busy. You see how busy we all are. It's hard to connect without making plans like this. And that's what being an adult is. It's saying over and over again that you're going to see each other on Thursday and then never actually doing it.
Right.
No, I'm very thankful for the podcast in that respect. And we get to spend more time together. I think, okay, guys, here's what I'm going to say. I'm thankful cinematically, okay? Or first, I'll say show. Well, but I can't leave out Rocket League.
What has Rocket League done for you in the past year, bro?
Okay.
Why is that always fucking?
I just love,
like, you know what?
I love
Actually,
Rocket League, man. All right. It's the only game I
Please,
played.
I need an announcement for the
I
second
played
one.
for 6
We
years.
need to get an announcement.
I love how it's fun. It captures the pure essence of what a video game should be. Fun, easy to repeat, replayable. You can master a skill. You can get better at it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm thankful. Aside
Devin,
from being,
are you good at this game? Are you good at Rocket League?
Or is this more of a Smash situation?
I don't know. Can people be good? That game is so clunky and difficult.
Rocket League?
Platinum's not bad. Platinum's pretty good.
I mean, not clunky mechanically, but just like it's hard to
chaotic.
do
It's
what you
goofy.
want to do. It's just hard.
But
It's just
it
hard.
It is definitely a difficult game. It is a definitely easy to pick up, hard to master sort of game, which I can understand. That's why Devin probably likes it.
But yeah, I mean, Brian, what I was going to say is that I'm in like the lower end of platinum in ranked, which is for somebody that's been playing as long as I have, that's pretty bad. But
I think platinum's probably like a little bit above average. I think that's pretty decent.
yeah, but I'm on like the lowest edge of platinum, I think. But
He's close to being
I just can't really learn how to fly very well. But whatever.
Gotcha.
So anyway,
I
I'm
suck
thankful
at
for Rocket League.
You're better than me.
Yeah, I was going to say another one, but I think I've taken up enough time.
Rocket League. That's a pretty good one.
I love it.
I will always be thankful for Rocket League.
I can go next. I learned to really find a love and appreciation for like smaller non-AAA games, like indie games and stuff like that throughout the pandemic.
Nice.
One thing is one of my other groups of friends that I play video games with a lot. They love just trying games just willy-nilly. They're just like, hey, it's $20. Let's give it a go. I the kind of person that when I play a game, I need to research it. I need to watch gameplay. I need to see reviews. I need to know whether or not this shit is worth my money because I work hard for my money, and I can't let that shit go to waste. So, but they're very much into trying things, and in trying new things, they end up finding a lot of like hidden gems that I wouldn't think about before. So sometimes they'll gift me games or show me games, stream games to me, so I can see them and watch them and stuff like that. And I found some loving games like Boyfriend Dungeon that I talked about. That's a random indie game that I would have never played had I not seen someone else play it. I had some indie horror games that I played over the Halloween season, stuff like that. So it's given me a new appreciation for those smaller games that aren't, 300 million got put into them like it's a movie or something like that. And they're still a lot of fun. And those companies deserve more praise, I think, in a lot of ways. They tend to have better business practices than Activision Blizzard. So
Right. Yeah, that's true. I can't remember. There's one indie company, I think it's an indie company, that has fully gone to a 4-day work week. And I'm like, that's amazing. But that's a good one. That's cool. That's awesome. Having just finished Bug Snacks, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I think one thing, I'm thankful for a lot of things, but I'm trying to pick something specific in the time span of the pandemic and quarantining. And one thing that I'm definitely really thankful for with the time that I had to myself and spending so much time at home in the past, I don't know, 2 years or so?
12 years. I don't know, 18 years.
Yeah, it feels like a long time, but is my newest found appreciation for music. I've always been a huge music fan and musician, but since quarantining, I got even deeper into my own musicianship and finding so much more love for music and lots of different video games. You guys know I'm playing Final Fantasy VII, which has arguably some of the best music in video games. Kingdom Hearts, I love the music in that video game. So I've just been listening to lots of just paying attention more to the music when I'm playing any game, specifically Final Fantasy, because it's cool to like listen to the music and for like the old version that I'm playing on Switch, and then listen to the same music that's like remastered and reorchestrated that's on PlayStation. And then a lot of times when I'm walking around, walking the dogs or taking the subway, I'll listen to like different remixes of Final Fantasy VII or different like jazz covers of Kingdom Hearts video game music or just different video game. I really enjoy listening to video game music, Pokemon, Zelda, in my free time, and then just enjoying whatever video game I'm playing and just like making sure to pay attention to what the music is trying to tell me. And I just find that really, really special.
Cool. Yeah. I as a person who loves just like scores in general, that's awesome that you gotten into that. It's really cool.
Yeah. I think the same thing that I think with like movies, that it's like people really underestimate the power of the music in a video game and what it tries to do. One thing I've been trying recently personally is I struggle to, especially since I work from home, to pay attention to work. Like my focus is terrible. So I've been trying to listen to video game soundtracks while I'm working to kind of keep me more focused. And it's funny because a lot of those are very much orchestrated to keep you focused because they don't have certain things to, draw your attention away from the gameplay and stuff like that purposefully. It's supposed to be kind of background-ish and kind of elicit a certain feeling to make you not so intense about, like, I can listen to rap or something like that.
It's really relaxing.
Yeah, and things like that. And two of my favorites, of course, Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. And then Final Fantasy X is my favorite soundtrack of all time for a game. There.
Oh, word! I actually played that one and haven't re-listened to that soundtrack.
Yeah. Square Enix, they have great composers. They make amazing.
They know how to do
music.
It, man.
Yeah. I think most Japanese like film or video game music is something that really, like, Miyazaki music really touches my heart too.
Yeah, really strong.
Yeah.
Also on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, Bomberman Hero for Nintendo 64. It's got a dope drum and bass soundtrack. Okay. It's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
That Buck Bumble theme song. Anyways.
Hey, Buck Bumble, let's go. Yes. Buck Bumble, that's my
best theme song of all time. I'm just saying. No, that's awesome. That's dope as hell. Yeah.
And of course, thankful for all of you and all the friends I made along the way.
All right, that's
Zero.
The end
None of them. I made no friends.
Oh, Devin. Aww.
Oh, that was nice. Moving on. All right, I think that is the end of the show, everyone.
Woo, we did it.
Yay.
We did it again. Thank you.
Another one down.
You can email us at thefortressof@gmail.com. Fortress spelled F-O-U-R. Feel free to email us any questions or recommendations or anything you want to tell us about your day or whatever. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, also at the Fortress of, and on the Fortress of YouTube channel, which will have other fun gimmicky stuff there. Yeah. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Go to a movie theater again. I did that bit last time. I'm not doing that again. Next, Alex, you go. I give up.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to follow me, you can catch me on Instagram at AlexIsAnAlien.
You can also follow me, Brian the Boy, at facebook.com/ITZ by the way. That is It's By the Way. You can also follow me on Instagram at ITZ_ by the way. You can follow me on twitch.tv/bythewayx.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Alex. You can follow me at
Get the fuck
I forgot we never got the confrontation after
I forgot that.
This fucking episode is over.
That's how. All right, well,
motherfucker trying to beat me. You can't beat me. You can't beat me.
Well, thank you, Brian, for the art. Alex, thank you for the music. Devin, thank you for that impression again. And Jackie, thank you for sound editing, helping to edit the podcast every week. Happy holidays, everyone.
Love this time of year, boy.
Put a coat on. It's cold out there.
Yeah, shorts, whatever the fuck. Whatever. That's fun.
It's getting lazier and lazier every week.
Happy 2023, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week in another episode of The Fortress of...